Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Coffee. In today's video, we're going to be answering the question that a lot of you guys have been asking about, and that is, will Luke be in The Mandalorian Season 2? We're going to answer that today here on Star Wars Coffee. Greetings, Exalted Ones. Greetings to all you Jedi, Padawans, and younglings out there. This is Star Wars Coffee, covering everything you need to know about the latest developments, news, and leaks in Star Wars, and as always, giving you my analysis. The Mandalorian Season 2 is arriving to Disney Plus Friday, October 30th. Be sure to get ready, be sure to do whatever you gotta do to be able to watch that the second it drops. So, a lot of you guys have been asking me about Luke Skywalker, the Tatooine farm boy who rose from humble beginnings to become one of the greatest Jedi in the galaxy. Along with his friends Princess Leia, Han Solo, Luke battled the evil Empire, discovered the truth of his parentage, and ended the tyranny of the Sith. However, a generation later, the location of the farmed Jedi Master was one of the galaxy's greatest mysteries. But, during the time of The Mandalorian, it was not. Luke was still going around figuring out about the Jedi Order. And a lot of you guys have been asking me, will Luke make an appearance in Season 2? And what this stems from is the video that I made talking about what I perceive to be an Easter egg about Season 2. And I will briefly describe it, and then I'll play a clip from that video for you guys, so that way you guys have the whole context without having to go away from this video. But essentially what I was talking about is how in the trailer we see several planets, and in one of these 2020 Marvel comics talking about Luke, we see him in what looks like a very similar environment. And so I made the connection that some of the trailer shots from The Mandalorian, as well as some of these comics, line up pretty well together in terms of what is happening, not only in the trailer but in the comics. It seems like the same type of thing is happening to both of these characters. And so I made the connection that this could be a potential Easter egg for The Mandalorian Season 2 about what Luke is doing, or maybe just a nod to Luke has been there and has been in the same place. Because in order to answer the question of will Luke be in Season 2, first you need to know what he was actually up to during the time of The Mandalorian. So Mando is roughly 6 years after Return of the Jedi, and at this time, Luke was trying to figure out how to rebuild the Jedi Order. With the Empire fallen and the Sith Lords vanquished, Luke had great hope for the future of the Jedi when he was trying to rebuild it. He believed that a single Jedi could bring balance to the Force as his father had done, then he could bring back a revived Jedi Order to keep the peace and prevent the dark side from returning to strength. That was his whole premise at this time. So just as he promised Fan Rey near the start of his own Jedi studies, in 5 years after the Battle of Yavin, Luke set about rebuilding the Jedi Order. So despite his optimism, he had many unanswered questions and was hesitant to take on another apprentice after Leia, unsure of his grounding in Jedi lore. So what Luke did instead was he went and disappeared from the galactic view, dedicating himself to traveling the galaxy in hopes to find what remained of the Jedi after the Empire's long efforts to eradicate their history. Through his quest, he came to understand much about himself and his destiny, and gained the confidence he needed to rebuild the Jedi Order. So at this time, Luke is trying to figure out how to rebuild the Jedi Order. He's searching for lore. He's doing essentially his research about the proper way to bring back the Jedi Order. So with that in mind, let's take a look at this comic from the video that I mentioned previously. Here's that clip that I was talking about. So 5 years after the Battle of Endor, Luke still certainly thinks this way. So would he go into an X-Wing and chase down Mando to try and figure out the mystery of the child, given the fact that 4 years after the Battle of Yavin, which would be the Return of the Jedi timeline, he had his engagements with Yoda. So when you think about it, it could be a good nod that the child is involved at all, that he's looking for the child's home. And Luke would certainly have more knowledge than anybody, just given the fact that he has met Yoda. Even though he doesn't even know what Yoda is, but he still has more information than Mando does at this point. So the only question would be, if there was actually a Luke cameo, would it just be an audio cameo, like a comm communication from the X-Wing, which Mark Hamill could easily come in, or he didn't even have to go in anywhere. He could literally just record it on his phone as a voice memo and send it off, and they would be able to do it that way. Or could they do a CGI Luke? However, the clue I think most people are missing is actually hidden in a canon comic, Marvel's Star Wars number 6 from 2020, which was written by Charles Soule. And Luke Skywalker, the premise of the comic is Luke recently lost his lightsaber with Darth Vader. So the Dark Lord revealed that he is actually Luke's father, the former Jedi, which we all knew. Luke is more determined than ever to become a Jedi despite the shocking revelation. Visions of a mysterious woman guide Luke to the planet Sorelia, but instead of answers, Luke is ensnared in a deadly trap. And what that deadly trap reminds you of is this frame of Season 2 trailer. So Sorelia, and the image looks like this. So the son of Darth Vader came to me for help. And then you can scroll through it, and you will then see the trap there. But then you can go into the previous comic, which would be Star Wars number 5 of 2020, and in that comic you're going to see another thing that looks a lot like Mando Season 2 trailer once again. So that comic starts off with Luke in a cantina, and then he goes to this planet Sorelia, which again is like a fish market planet, which the ships in this look very similar to the ones we see in the Mando Season 2 trailer, again where Luke has been in this comic. So it just seems to me that the time that this comic was written would be at the same time in the real world here where Season 2 was in production. And this could have been informed to Charles Soule, and he could have included this if they were trying to, again, as I always say, weave different mediums in and out of canon and try and continue to weave the canon deeper and bring that continuity to all aspects of Star Wars. So I think that's the real missed point. And Sorelia, for those of you who are unaware, is a planet located in a star system centered around a trinary star. Its surface was mostly covered in oceans, which supported the aquatic life in the planet's fishing business. And if you take a look at the Season 2 trailer, we see a lot of that, right? So we see that in the trailer. We see Mando on the boat, we see nothing but the water, and though it had occasional red land masses. So while searching for his lightsaber during a Rebel Alliance mission at Cloud City, Luke saw a force vision of a woman on this planet. His R2-D2 found the planet in the database, and Luke visited it in an attempt to find this woman from his vision that you saw in the comic. And when he did, she fled, with Skywalker and his droid giving a chase across the water, which is more of the clue to what you can see in the trailer in the same type of framing, but eventually being captured, and Luke revealed that she was also a Force user named Verla. So this comic, it gives good credence to this idea that this is where Mando could be, and that we could have the planet incorrectly pegged. So Sorelia could be this planet, and Luke, given on it, could give more credence to the fact that Luke could have some type of Easter egg, some type of cameo in Season 2 of The Mandalorian, especially given the canon context of the timeline. And that's what I think most people are missing, is the weaving of continuity. You guys know I'm big on that, and I think that this comic, Star Wars number 5 and number 6, give hints to that, and they are from 2020. So, now does this mean that Luke is going to be in Season 2? No. Luke, when I say an Easter egg, that does not mean that Luke is going to be in Season 2. It simply means that they're giving a nod to the character and a nod to the character's past. So it could just be a simple nod to Luke, kind of like how they do I've Got a Bad Feeling About This in every movie. It's just kind of a continuous nod, how they continue to talk about things like that. So whether or not Luke is actually going to be in Season 2 would require two things. One, Mark Hamill to reprise his role in some way, along with doing some de-aging, or two, casting Sebastian Stan. 3, they could do it another way, where they just hire an actor to essentially be Luke's height, have the same hair color, have him in his Jedi robes and his black outfit, and just from afar see Luke. So it wouldn't actually be a real involved role. It would simply just be that, an Easter egg, a cameo, something that you pick out in the trailer that doesn't really amount to anything in the actual shot. So what I'm talking about is not Luke's going to be a major role, but since you guys have been asking me about that, it seems that you took my Easter egg video to mean that he's going to be in Season 2. I don't think Luke is actually going to be in Season 2, I just think that it's more of an Easter egg, kind of like a nod to us die-hard fans. So in the same sense that you would continuously see nods from the original trilogy throughout, like in The Rise of Skywalker when they're playing the same type of chess game that you see them playing in the original trilogy. It's the same type of thing as that. It's simply just an Easter egg that for us die-hard fans notice. But if you guys think I'm wrong and you think Luke is actually going to be in Season 2, let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching. May God bless you and the Force be with you always. If you enjoyed this episode, and frankly, even if you didn't, don't forget to subscribe. Do it! And if you want to help spread the word, please give this video a thumbs up and tell your friends to subscribe. Please check out the official Star Wars Coffee merchandise, and don't forget to check out all of the content playlists on this channel, including The Rise of Skywalker, The Mandalorian, and much more.